Take the nearest seats. Honorable members, welcome back. I warmly welcome you back to the House after your brief recess. As we resume our work, I trust that we will complete all pending priority matters before the close of this final segment of the fourth session. It's worth noting that under our standing order, several bills and other items of business will lapse at the end of this season. I therefore direct the clerk to devise a procedural mechanism that will preserve any critical unfinished business, allowing it to resume seamlessly in the sixth session. As you may be aware, the National Assembly and the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, KEPSA, have since 2009 jointly convened annual dialogue under the Speaker's Roundtable. These sessions gather leaders from the House, key parliamentary committees, and prominent stakeholders across pivotal economic sectors, agriculture services, including tourism, finance and retail, manufacturing and technology for open, informal exchanges. The goal is to gain a cleaner grasp of the obstacles confronting these industries and to pinpoint essential legislative and administrative actions to. Over the past 14 years, these engagements have proved indispensable, yielding policy and legislative reforms that have profoundly shaped our economy. From these collaborative forums have sprung vital legal changes that strengthen the business landscape, accelerate economic growth, and advance national development. To this end, honorable members, the 2025 Speakers Roundtable engagement is scheduled to be held from 6th to 8th November 2025 at the Pride Inn Hotel, Mombasa County. The meeting will be held under the theme, From Policy to Practice, Delivering a Practicable and Competitive Investment Climate. As such, the primary focus of the 2025 Roundtable engagement, their visit is aimed at strengthening their committee's oversight and legislative role in this critical sectors. On behalf of the House, and indeed on my own behalf, I warmly welcome them to the Parliament of Kenya and wish them fruitful engagement and a pleasant stay in our country. Karibu sana. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. You may take your seats, honorable visitors. Honorable members, the next communication is to inform the House on the election of Dr. Beatrice Adagala as the Vice Chairperson of the CPA Africa Region Exco, and Senator Tabitha Mutinda as a board member of the Parliamentary Network on the World Bank and IMF. Honorable members, I wish to inform the House that I am in receipt of communication from the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, CPA Africa Region Secretariat, conveying a notification of the election of the Honorable Dr. Beatrice Adagala, member for Vihiga County, as the Vice Chairperson of the Executive Committee of the CPA Africa Region for a period of 1 year covering 2025-2026 term. This is a significant milestone not only for Honorable Dr. Adagala personally, but also for our Parliament, as it underscores the recognition and confidence placed in our institution within the wider Commonwealth parliamentary community. Accordingly, this communication serves to formally appraise the House of Dr. Adagala's elevation to this important prestigious position. I hasten to mention that we've just come from a meeting in Bridgetown, Barbados, where Beatrice Adagala very ably chaired the meeting for the African group in the presence of yours truly. and she couldn't resist referring to you as truly as Papa Waroma. Honorable members, in the same breath, I wish to inform the House that Senator Tabitha Mutinda, nominated senator, has been elected to the board of the Parliamentary Network on the World Bank and IMF for the period 2025-27, representing East Africa. This international body promotes transparency, accountability, and inclusive development. Her election is an honor for Kenya and our region, showing growing confidence in our leadership. It also strengthens our engagement with the global financial institutions and discussions on development. Members, take the nearest seats. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. Take the nearest seats. Thank you. Honorable members, I have a petition to present regarding regularization of various public forest land claims. Honorable members, Article 119 of the Constitution accords any person the right to petition Parliament to consider any matters within its authority. Further, Standing Order 225-2B requires the Speaker to report to the House any petition other than those presented by a member. Honorable members, Section 34 of the Forest Conservation and Management Act, Cap 2016, the 2016 Cap 385 provides for the revocation of the registration of a public forest through a petition to the National Assembly and outlines the specific steps to be followed in consideration of such a petition. Honorable members, in this regard, I wish to report to the House that my office has received a petition from the Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry, Dr. Deborah Barasa, concerning the regularization of various public forest land claims. Honorable members, in the petition, the Cabinet Secretary notes that the Minister of Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry is mandated inter alia to formulate climate change and environmental policies, promote low-carbon technologies, restore and protect strategic water towers, control pollution, conserve wetlands, manage forest resources, and promote afforestation, reforestation, and agroforestry initiatives. Honorable members, the Ministry indicates that it has received several petitions from members of the public claiming settlement within various public forest lands across the country. In response to these claims, an interministerial committee was constituted to investigate and review the matters. Additionally, several petitions seeking the degazettement of public forests have been presented to this House and referred to the Public Petitions Committee. Honorable members, the Ministry reports that the findings of the Interministerial Committee reveal that the areas under claim are currently inhabited by persons engaged in non-forestry activities and who have resided in those areas for prolonged periods. Honorable members, the Ministry further informs the House that following a review of the committee's report, the Kenya Forest Service Board, in writing, did recommend the regularization of these settlements through the variation of the respective forest boundaries in accordance with Section 34 of the Forest Conservation and Management Act, Cap 385. Honorable members, the Cabinet Secretary clarifies that following the recommendation of the Kenya Forest Service Board in the Cabinet Memorandum on the determination of public forest land claims. The memorandum was duly considered and approved by the Cabinet, thereby authorizing the variation of the affected forest boundaries to regularize the said settlements and forward it for consideration and approval by Parliament. Honorable members, consequently, the petition is presented to the House pursuant to Article 37, 62, and 119 of the Constitution, as well as Section 34 of the Forest Conservation and Management Act, Cap 385, which empowers any person to petition Parliament to recommend the variation or revocation of the registration of a public forest. Honorable members, the Cabinet Secretary avers that the Ministry intends to execute the degazettement in phases prioritizing the following forest areas. A, South Nandi Forest, Chepkumia Block, declared via Proclamation number 76 of 1936 and Legal Notice number 174 of 1964, having a total area of approximately 17,960.5 hectares. The petition avers that the farmers from the hilly terrain of Chepkumia exchanged their land with forest land. The proposed area for degazettement measures approximately 989.17 hectares and is now fully settled. B, Tarbo Forest Manzini Block, declared via Legal Notice number 145 of 14th June 1968, having a total area of approximately 7,404 hectares. The petition avers that this was intended for settlement of landless quarters in 1995 within the Manzini Forest Block was in Gishu County. The proposed area for degazettement is approximately 1,241.5 hectares and is now fully settled. C, Mount Elgon Forest Jepyuk Settlement Scheme, declared by a Proclamation number 44 of 1932 and Legal Notice number 174 of 1964, having a total area of approximately 91,997.16 hectares. The petitioner avers that the Chepyuk Settlement Scheme was established in 1974 to settle the Elgoni Dorobo community previously residing within the moorlands of the Mount Elgon Forest Reserve. Phase 1 of the approximately 3,568 hectares was excised via Legal Notice number 51 of 1974, while in 2016 the Cabinet approved degazettement of 4,647 hectares at Phase 2 and 3, which are now fully settled. D, Shiru Shaviringa Kakamega Forest, declared via Proclamation number 14 of 1933 and Legal Notice number 174 of 1964, having a total approximately of 23,777.30 hectares. The petition avers that the Shiru Shaviringa Settlement Scheme was established in 1988 as compensation for land acquired of public facilities including Vihiga District Headquarters, Mbale Hospital, and Okoli Secondary School. It is proposed for degazettement of 94.99 and 36 hectares for Shiru and Shaviringa areas, respectively, and both are fully settled. Honorable members, the ministry concludes by praying that the National Assembly A, urgently approves the variation of the boundaries of the following public forests to regularize the existing settlements. 1, excuse me, South Nandi at Chepkumia area, approximately 989.17 hectares. 2, sorry. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. Take the nearest seats, Mama Machakos. I repeat, urgently approves the variation of the boundaries of the following public forests to regularize the existing settlements. 1 South Nandi at Chepkumia area, approximately 989.17 hectares. 2 Tarbo at Manzini area, approximately 1,241.5 hectares. 3 Mount Elgon at Chebiuku area, approximately 4,647 hectares. And 4 Kakamega Forest at Shiro and Shaviringa areas, approximately 94.99 and 36 hectares respectively. Considers the petitions and issues appropriate resolutions in accordance with Article 119 of the Constitution and Section 34 of the Forest Conservation and Management Act. Honorable members, having confirmed that the issues raised in this petition fall squarely within the jurisdiction of this House, and that they are not sub judice before any court or other constitutional body, I hereby commit the petition seeking the degazettement of specified public forest lands in Tarbo, Manzini area, Mount Elgon, Chebiuku area, Kakamega Forest, Shiru, Shaviringa area, to the Departmental Committee on Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry for consideration and a report to the House in accordance with the petitions to Parliament procedure Cap 7E. Since the petition concerning the South Nandi Forest at Chepkumia area is already under consideration by the Public Petitions Committee, I direct the committee to prioritize and conclude the deliberations on the matter. I now, therefore, direct both the Departmental Committee on Environment, Climate Change, and Forestry and the Public Petitions Committee to expeditiously consider the petitions and report their findings to the House for consideration in accordance with Section 34 of the Forest Conservation and Management Act, Cap 2016. So Cap 385 and Standing Order 2272. Karemba, your committee was under scrutiny by the House Business Committee. I know you are a new chairman. There is apprehension that your committee doesn't process business quickly. I know that you are a new chairman. I hope you live beyond the conduct of the previous leadership. Otherwise, we will shift the petition to the Environmental Committee. Yes, Milemba.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for this chance. I want to congratulate and thank the CS Environment for bringing this petition to the House for the matter concerning the